And
Is this them finishing sprint?
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Angie, right now, you're throwing down the same power I am, dude. Like, I think she's throwing down like 600 watts or something right there. Like,
Yeah, and actually,
it's impressive.
Jamie, I think she was saying that she hadn't been on the bike for a while.
Yeah, she got married.
That's
She
right.
got married just a little while ago, so she's I think still
And she
enjoying
still
the
did
honeymoon.
what she was able to do that.
Is this the men's? I think this is the men's. Oh, we jumped into the men's Cat 5.
Oh,
after.
oh yeah. Okay, so this is why it was like 40 minutes. So I did my 3-4 race and the mentoring and then following you guys.
Yeah.
And now these guys, the Cat 5,
Men.
and
yeah.
again, I am racing age of 65. I'm dying.
And
I'm dying.
Tosh and I finished that race and then just jumped into this one right behind our
Yes.
race,
Yes.
like we weren't already kind of tired and yeah. But I ducked out early because
And so I'm dying here, and I know I'm dying, and then I know that's you right in front of me,
Mhm.
and I'm going, Lord, please don't let me die before her. And so
Oh wow! See, if I'd known, I would have hung in longer for sure.
Yeah. So, oh gosh.
I was
So-
just looking for a steady wheel, and that was my whole game plan. Was I was just gonna sit on a steady wheel as long as I could, and
Yeah, it's
we went
interesting.
several laps in, and then yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting as I get older, is that I just can't produce the power long enough, or sustain the power for long enough. And the now Cat 5s are, and these were pretty strong Cat 5s as a group, and so yeah, it's getting tougher and tougher for me as I get older.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that
Well, and they kept pushing the pace because
yeah,
I think when I pulled off, they were going 27 or 28.
some of the juniors that were near the race are in there, and some of those
Yeah,
juniors
it's a
are
very mixed bag.
pretty darn strong. And then I have some teammates in there that one's strong and one is god awful strong. So and then usually he was at the front just pulling, Gary.
Oh yes, Gary.
Yeah.
Gary, who rode like 80 miles the day before on gravel. Yeah, Gary. That guy.
So yeah, I'm still in back of you, and
And I'm just any port in a storm. I'm whatever steady wheel I can get on, I get on, and I'm just trying to keep a draft somewhere, anywhere.
and you're on my steady wheel right now.
And then and I'm like, oh, this gap is slowing, so.
Yeah, thank God that maybe there's a break. Maybe the break happened.
But then this was
and
nice
guys will
because
slow down.
they're 3 wide. It's a nice big draft behind them, right? Like this is what saved my bacon long as it did, because.
And there's really no gap. There was some splitting up there.
No, there was
causing
a sweet draft behind it. I mean that's yeah.
Yeah,
So
we
I
were-
wasn't throwing. I mean I was throwing down like I want to say less than 100 watts for that whole
Was gonna
backstretch where they're
maintain.
3 wide.
Oh, so now I think I go in back of this. Oh no, I don't go back of them.
And then this is where they start to kind of break up, and there's
So yeah, I'm literally hanging on for dear life on your wheel there.
And Sean goes sharp into the corner and freaks out me and the Jew.
Oh,
But yeah, you can see it's gotten really linear now, and it's like maybe 2 wide in places, but mostly just everybody's just looking for any port in a storm, any port in a storm.
and I'm hoping a brake goes up the road, then everyone else will slow down.
I'm actually trying to sit on Tyler's wheel without him realizing I'm sitting on his wheel.
Oh yeah, so he doesn't pull over.
So every
and let you
time,
through?
well, yeah. So every time he like starts to look like he's gonna glance over his shoulder, I move right and get into that gap kind of where Sean is.
Oh, and I passed. No.
And then you jumped in front of me for a while.
Yeah.
Because then I sat on your wheel.
Oh, maybe she's going to drop, but no. And so Tyler up there. So that is the vegan cyclist. That's VC up there.
Yeah.
And it was his son that was in the race with you guys.
Oh, yeah. He's adorable.
Yeah.
He
9 years
did
old.
good too. Yeah, he did good. He kept up the laps. This kid's gonna be
Yeah,
awesome.
that'll be someone else that passes me up in that time. Yeah, I was thankful
But
for
even this, I want to say, like, from watching other videos of Cat 5 races and stuff, like, granted, like I said, there are moments where this stretches 3 across, but I actually felt like this group did a really good job of kind of keeping it together.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And not looking like the stereotypical Cat 5, like you see in some of these horrific videos where they're just all over the place and it's every man for himself. Like, for me, this is beautiful because this draft is what's keeping me in the game. Because I'm sitting, I think, right behind you on your wheel.
Right, which is a dangerous place to be, not from a safety point of view, but from getting dropped point of view. So yeah, I'm now just hugging on these guys' wheels as best I can, but you see there's quite a bit of distance there. And I one of the things that I was concerned about when I went into these races, especially the Cat 3-4 races, is if I was going to get the heebie-jeebies, because this is my first race back from the collarbone break in
Did
the
you
season.
skitch?
No, no, no. I was
No
good.
PTSD?
No, no.
Nice.
No, but usually in that one, I did come off the back and with some others, and we formed a chase group. And I think I had that on the previous video. And so I didn't really have an opportunity to get heebie-jeebies there. But yeah, I think I was good. I think once I'm in the mix, then I was good.
there I
I'm
am.
still watching stuff. Yeah. Yes. And I think I remember.
That's where I
thinking to
decided
myself,
that you were slowing down just enough, and there was too
Yeah.
big of a gap, and so I had to jump up and get back in because I was worried that you were gonna get.
Yeah, and I can remember thinking to myself, "Oh, she's still here."
Yeah, I want the draft. As long as that two man wide draft is there, like I'm gonna hang because.
No, like
I could ride that all day,
She's still
but-
here, and that means I gotta
you gotta
stay in
stay
here.
in,
Yeah,
yeah.
I gotta still dig.
Well, now I know. So this next week,
Oh Lord,
I'm
have
going to the
mercy.
finish. We're going all the way.
And now I have extra motivation because I happen to see in Phoenix in mid February there's Valley of the Sun. It's a stage race, 3 days, 3 stages, and they have a 65 plus category.
Nice.
And I'm thinking, okay. Now I remember I made the rule of no consecutive days of riding, but I experimented with that because I'm AFib boy, of course, so that you guys know.
Do you
so
still
I-
get to be an AFib boy? Have you had an AFib in a while?
Yeah, you know, it's always there. It's always there. It's gonna be, I'm gonna be good until I'm not, I think. So I just
That's
have to
everybody.
manage that. Yeah, I just have to manage that. But yeah, it's been like, what, 15, 16 months now since I've had an AFib incident. So, but of course I don't want to do things to try and
starting
incite
to
that to
struggle.
happen again. So yeah, so I've done that 9 days of riding
Yeah.
with the X Block, and that turned out well. So big ride, little trainer, big ride, little trainer. And then I've had a couple of Saturday, Sunday rides, and so this is actually one of them. I did a 50. Yeah, we're just all stretched out here. I'm just hanging on, just saying.
I'm struggling now. I can tell I'm struggling because I start doing that right. You see me rock the bar. so
Yeah,
I'm
okay,
going around.
gotcha.
That's how you know I'm in
Anything
trouble.
to get more power to the legs.
Yeah, just like I'm tired and I'm fatigued. That's when the upper body starts rocking, I'm in trouble.
So in this, the day before this, I just did like 50 plus miles, but it was 5,100 feet of climbing, so it was a mountainous. And it was a good, steady, strong racing pace going up there. So
Nice.
doing that and then doing the races here, I was pleased by how my body reacted. So I don't know why this guy's going back there. He's probably just going to go back there and just be right
The
on my
junior.
wheel and he'll be fine.
Yeah, no, yeah.
It's probably not a pump for him. He can probably go off the back like 10 lengths and then still get back on. Whereas, 6 inches from me and then
I'm all right with
dying.
them floating back because they're too skinny. They have no draft spot, so I don't want them in front of me anyway. I want the big guys. I'm always looking for a big guy to sit behind. Like
Yeah, yeah.
that's especially with the Cat 5 men's. Like that's all I want is one big guy that I can just sit on a wheel and.
So this has been a few laps. I think I lasted 4 or 5 laps. I'm not sure how long we've been talking and this was going around, but
Yeah, I think I popped out when just as they came out with 7 or 8 laps or something to go, like about halfway through the race maybe.
oh, okay. So you did make it a lot farther than I.
And
'Cause
then
I remember when I
yeah,
popped
and then
off.
I pulled out.
When I popped off, I looked around and I think she went before me, but you were probably way up ahead. So okay. But yeah, that's my motivation. Is I really going to make efforts to just to utilize these races as much as I can. Because I have that stage race.
Oh
that's
no!
coming
See,
up.
that's me. I'm gonna pull off and I tell you to go. Yeah, I close the gap.
That's right. I remember that now. Now that I see it, and I'm thinking, oh, thank God.
I have
she's
no
off.
idea if that's good etiquette or not, but I always feel bad if I'm about to get dropped for the people behind me. So I always try and shelter left for a moment and call them up before I peel off.
No, that's good.
Because
That's
I
good.
feel like a jerk, right? If I just drop and then the line goes with me, so I always try and shelter for a few extra seconds in the wind and just give them a gap to get into that before
No, I pretty much either way will work, but that was excellent. It certainly helped me.
But
So
sometimes
now-
they look at you and I'm like, no, I'm calling you up next to me, not because I want to talk to you, because I'm gonna drop off. I need you to bring the line up.
So I'm hoping that these guys, and I guess I'm so
See, look
lean,
at that
but-
break though. Yeah, there's
Yeah, and the guy in the blue.
yeah.
Now, if I had legs, I would have
He's the
got on
guy
his
you
wheel.
would've got on, yeah.
But I didn't have legs, and I'm
These
going
guys
with
are
this
steady,
guy.
but they're not gonna catch. They don't look like
No,
they're gonna.
no. And oops, there's what's going to happen to me. Do I come off here? I think okay. I'm still hanging on that guy's wheel.
This was there was just that weird headwind in this section. It was the worst place for me to jump, and yeah, I blame Iris.
Oh yeah.
It's just this one stretch like that. It was just,
And those guys would just bunch up, and I'm thinking,
yep.
okay, no, they're going to slow up enough, and I'm going to get up there. But no, that wasn't the case.
So the kick comes
That
with
wasn't the
two
case.
black locks and then the
Still.
one gauge lock.
I got a great workout from all the stuff that I did that day,
This is
from that Cat 3-4 race, and in this race.
Yeah.
That's like
I
money in
learned
the
a
bank
lot,
for me.
so that was enough for me.
Yeah, so
And it's nice to
$39
see this
on
because,
that
like I
kit.
said, so when we were off the front,
Yeah, I need that.
we had no idea what anybody was doing behind
So it
us,
has those
right?
hits
We just kept
and
going
the
because we were
pipe.
worried that they
So
were
each pin
organizing to
lock,
chase.
so they
So
can't
now I'm
get
trying to
the
leave. Now I'm trying to leave this guy. I got enough of the
Yeah,
rest back
no,
there. I put this
that
back
was a
there.
rookie
So
move
look
right
at-
there.
Not a
Rookie
rookie
move.
move. I got it because he wasn't going to make it. So I thought, oh jeez.
Yeah.
So Tasha, was she still there? Did she
Yeah.
drop
No,
off?
she pulled off right after I did. So she saw me. We were in front of her. She was
Is it
back
really?
behind you. She
Well,
saw
they
me pull,
pulled
and then she
both
pulled
are-
too
both
after I
are,
pulled.
yeah.
She was like,
Really?
"Thank God." I don't.
Okay.
I will say this: like, I could have gone another lap or two. I'm Cat 5. All I hear is horror stories about Cat 5 men. So I wanted to be out before it got down to those last few laps where it seems like that's where the testosterone
Oh, okay,
kicks in and
gotcha,
it starts to get
gotcha.
sketchy.
Gotcha.
So that was my concern of like I just don't know how these guys are going to be.
So now I'm guessing now that you heard my take on things, being and trying to get out after you did, you're gonna really dig and stay in there next time.
Oh
You're gonna
yeah,
put the
no,
hood
it's game
me.
on now. Well, we'll see. We have to figure out. I have to figure out new tactics for the next race, and then we'll see how the women's race go. But yeah, but no, I'd like to jump in just because the women's Cat 5 are short enough. I feel like we just get a little recovery and jump back in with the Cat 5 men's right after. So might as well get in the leg time.
Well, the main thing I hope is that the sound is working on our video cameras.
If not, there'd be a lot of like
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
interesting.
Well, there's no Strava. Yeah, there's a Strava. I'm going to link the Strava for this. Thank you for doing this. This
Yeah.
is super cool.
No, it's
Get
it's
your
interesting to see
perspective.
it. Yeah, from the other perspective. I actually had a camera on my bike, but my battery died during like right at the beginning of the race.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, there goes that. So it's nice to actually see it.
So if you guys like this dual commentary thing, give me a like, comment below. Her
On to the next
channel
one.
is Cat5 Cycling. Okay, remember, comment, like, subscribe. Look for the next one, The Cycling Greek.